car accidents are always stressful and often life-changing. But when the other vehicle involved is a commercial truck, bus, delivery van, or company car, the situation becomes much more complex. These types of accidents raise unique legal issues that go far beyond a standard car crash. And if you or someone you love has been involved in such a collision, it's important to understand how lawsuits involving commercial vehicles really work. To start, let's look at what makes a commercial vehicle accident different from a regular car accident. In most ordinary crashes, the case focuses on whether one driver or the other was negligent. But in a commercial accident, the driver may not be the only person responsible. Many times, their employer or the company that owns the vehicle can be held liable as well. This is because the driver is typically operating the vehicle as part of their job, and the law allows injured victims to seek compensation from the employer if the driver was acting within the scope of their employment. For example, imagine you are hit by a delivery truck on your way home from work. Even though the driver may have caused the accident, the company that employs that driver could share responsibility. This makes a big difference because companies often carry much larger insurance policies than individual drivers, which could mean greater compensation for your injuries and damages. Another major factor in commercial accidents is the rules and regulations that apply. Commercial vehicles and their drivers are subject to strict federal and state laws. For instance, truck drivers must follow limits on how many hours they can drive without rest, and buses must be maintained according to specific safety standards. If a driver or company fails to follow these rules, that violation can become powerful evidence in your case. In some lawsuits, proving that the company pressured drivers to skip rest breaks or ignored maintenance requirements has been the key to winning compensation. Liability in these cases can be layered and complex. The driver may have been negligent by speeding, texting, or driving while fatigued. The employer may have been negligent by failing to properly train their drivers, forcing them to work excessively long shifts, or neglecting required vehicle inspections. In some situations, even a third party like a maintenance company or the manufacturer of a faulty part can be pulled into the lawsuit. It's not unusual for commercial vehicle cases to have multiple defendants, each of whom may share a portion of the responsibility. Because commercial vehicles are larger and heavier than passenger cars, the injuries they cause are often more severe. Victims of these crashes may suffer broken bones, head trauma, spinal cord injuries, or long-term disabilities. That means the financial stakes are higher. Compensation can cover not just medical bills and vehicle repairs, but also lost wages, future earning capacity, pain and suffering, and the cost of ongoing care. In some cases where a company's behavior shows reckless disregard for safety, courts may even award punitive damages to punish the wrongdoing and discourage similar conduct in the future. Building a strong commercial accident case requires thorough evidence. Lawyers often gather driver logs to see how long the person had been on the road, vehicle maintenance records to check whether the company followed inspection schedules, and black box data from trucks to reveal speed, braking, and other critical details right before the crash. Witness statements, police reports, and expert accident reconstruction can also play a major role. The goal is to paint a complete picture of what happened, who was responsible, and how their negligence harmed the victims. One of the biggest challenges in these lawsuits is dealing with insurance companies. Large businesses and transportation companies are usually backed by aggressive insurers and legal teams whose job is to limit payouts. They may dispute liability, argue that the injuries are not as severe as claimed, or try to pressure victims into accepting a quick but low settlement. This is why having an experienced attorney is so important. A skilled lawyer understands how to push back against these tactics, identify every possible source of compensation, and pursue the case in court if necessary. Timing also matters in commercial accident cases. Every state has a statute of limitations, which sets a deadline for filing a lawsuit. Waiting too long could mean losing the right to sue altogether. If a government vehicle such as a city bus or municipal truck is involved, the deadlines may be even shorter and special notice requirements might apply. Acting quickly not only preserves your legal rights, but also makes it easier to gather fresh evidence before it is lost or destroyed. To sum up, lawsuits involving commercial vehicles are far more complex than standard car accident claims. They can involve multiple responsible parties, stricter legal regulations, larger insurance policies, more severe injuries, and aggressive defense tactics from companies and insurers. But with the right legal help, victims can protect their rights and pursue the compensation they deserve. If you are ever involved in a car accident with a commercial vehicle, remember that the driver may not be the only one at fault. Federal and state regulations may strengthen your case, and time is of the essence. The sooner you seek legal guidance, the better your chances of building a strong case and securing a fair outcome. By understanding how these lawsuits work, you put yourself in a stronger position to navigate the aftermath of a serious accident and ensure that those responsible are held accountable.